Sacred time. What better time than right now at this moment?
I'm getting right into it. It's been a minute. I ain't gonna say a minute, but it's been a nice little, season. I've been kind of off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been off. I just pretty much the usual. We deal with other endeavors in life. So I have been invested during that season, the Leo season, because my birthday just passed yesterday. So started a new season because my birthday is the last day of Leo. So we're right into Virgo to a new season, and I'm just ready to get it started, man. I'm here back with another Synchronistic Message. I just want to start by welcoming whoever's back here to see me, or if you're new, just like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Just to go ahead and quickly brief you. We're not one of those tarot card channels that pretty much are invested in the affairs of others. This is for our own personal mental health and betterment of ourselves and our lives. So pretty much the majority of these reads that I do actually display pertains to what's going on with you personally. That's what we're focusing on, self here. So if you're trying to figure out the intents of others, and that's mainly what you're focusing on, I think this is not the place for you. But there are other channels, that tarot card readers actually, who operate in a different mannerism than what we do here. So yeah, just to get into it, man, I'm ready to go ahead and get into the season, man. So we're gonna go ahead and start our shuffle, man, and kind of go ahead and just see what we got going on from the divine. See where we're gonna start from here, for real. So stay tuned, man. Lock in, for real. Just lock in and see where it takes us, man. See where it takes us. So right now, what I'm registering for real, as far as what's been taking place with me personally. I don't know if this may be something that's an actual experience for the collective, but if it is, just let me know. You resonate in the comments. But I've been kind of getting things done. I've always been getting things done, for real. But in a more organized way, I say. Yeah, the Tower in reverse. So that's a start out to the read, man. We got the Tower in reverse. It's pretty much it could be a good and a bad thing. But right now, something like a sudden shock was intended, maybe, or a rude awakening, aha moment. But if it's in the reverse, it's like a shock, a tragedy, imprisonment by outworn beliefs, for real. So with it being in reverse, I would let you guys see that. What's going on with that being in reverse? It's pretty much, it may be something, maybe a perspective that you're holding on to. It may be something like that. It may be just a shock. Maybe not in a negative sense, but just maybe something that you may come to realize, like, man, like, in a more, I'm not going to say in a negative sense, but just of a dismay, but you just come to some harsh truth about something. You know what I'm saying? Being that I'm led right into that, I'm going to go ahead and just give what I'm actually registering later on after the read. But start out our spread, we got here some type of harsh truth coming out that looked like it wanted to come, but I'm going to keep going. Now we got 3 cards came out. 3 cards came out. So first we got, Queen of Wands in reverse. This is love, passionate, compassion, female fire sign. So someone that may not actually love you, maybe, or you may be seeking love from an individual who's not really passionate for real, who's not really having the love that you actually would rather you have. I don't see that it's real compassion there. Maybe something that's platonic, who knows? But just keep that in mind. We got here another major arcana, like the Lovers in reverse. Oh man, so my deck is in the upright right now, so it's not that I'm getting, it just come out in reverse, man. It says interference or cheating. So there may not be, you may be registering that, because I got some intuitive information at the beginning before I even started out this read. So this may be something that's internal that you're realizing. some harsh truth about someone who doesn't really actually have or doesn't meet you at your expectations, or you're not really on the same page for it. And yeah, it may be something like an interference or cheating, or some type of wrongdoing, or not staying within something. I would say an agreement, not staying within an agreement. But here, right behind it all, I see waiting in the upright. 3, so mind, body, and soul. You are actually waiting for something, or it's suggesting that you wait before you respond, should I say. I'm getting that, let's keep going. Nah, we don't roll back. So something's telling you to wait. I'm thinking that's what it's saying. I'm getting that. It's telling you to wait. Because the battle has already been won, as you can see. Feeling proud of oneself. So pretty much patience is a virtue for real. And waiting is the main thing. Just wait it out. I think things will unfold itself in that time, in the time when it's supposed to. Things will pan out without you having to really actually respond. Definitely upright. You got a new beginning, a rebirth, a time of change. So what I'm really getting here is pretty much it's self-explanatory for real. It really is. At number 13, 1, 3, 4. These may be significant numbers if you haven't seen it. The number 13 may be significant, but a new beginning. That's like these cycles that you have like 13 levels of heavens, and then you got 13 levels of underworlds. It's these, and it has to, after you get to that state of or that height of 13 or level of 13, like a form of completion or a new beginning, time accelerates 20 times faster. So things will, I think in this new beginning or this time of change, with this new perspective maybe, I'm seeing that there's going to be some type of rapid return, should I say. The winner, but at a cost, wounded in battle. So pretty much the cost will be not having to really actually respond to the truth that, or the harsh truth that you may come into some type of realization about, for real. It may be shocking, it may be something that you may be going through in a time where you're coming to realize that love or reciprocity or compassion is not there between you and the exchange of person, place of, probably occupation or theme, for real, or what you really have been investing yourself into. And it's not really meeting you to some form of I would say elevation in that time, or your time, in this time or phase in your life, where it's being more of a stagnation than it is a progression, for real. And I think that that's the toll of winning at a cost, but also in that, I guess, period of a lag or a lack, you'll see that I'm actually registering that in that time, you actually come to some type of compensation, also at the cost of this winning. Wounded in battle is just, I would say, the wound, or maybe some form of a detriment to you not, or just actually reframing and not having to indulge and letting things actually pass through naturally. Allowing this to happen could be, in a sense, burdensome, because you may want to respond in an emotional way, but in your endurance or just waiting, it's already advised you in the 5 of Swords that the battle had already been won. So you just already knowing where you stand in an endeavor or an exchange, it's already a win in that situation. Through that foresight, I think that this new beginning or rebirth is just a new perspective, a new way of thinking, a new truth, a new direction in which you're going. And it will take you to a more accelerated, I would say, place in life, where here I'm seeing the win at all costs, or at a cost of being wounded in battle. I think that those wounds, the cost of those experiences, should I say, may help you register things a lot faster when it comes down to you coming into a new exchange with people, places, and things. I think that you already have a better, I won't say a presumption, but a better analysis on the extreme of that endeavor, and it'll give you a better rationality of the results due to this experience alone, should I say. So yeah, man, it's good. All right, so 3 more cards to close out this spread. All right, so what's the closing advice, man? I don't need to know. So synchronicity is a little different on my part. Synchronicity is a little different on my part. We got trust, charm, can represent the younger of the water sign. So pretty much it's letting you know to trust the process. Pretty much it's self-explanatory for real. Don't be so antsy or impatient. Water is flow. So trusting. There's something I used to my martial arts teacher used to tell me, and I never really knew what it meant until I got older. But it was a kata that he taught me. Some martial arts like fighting form, and for some reason I channeled this out of nowhere. But I learned that actually it was called Hong Su Hong, and I learned that Hong Su Hong meant flowing river in Korea, right? And sometimes our greatest success comes from our ability to, I would say, move along in life in a, not even just an immovable way, but to flow with life in all absoluteness, for real. And in doing so, we develop what you call identity. We develop or become more in tune with our authenticity when it comes down to exchanging or coming into an exchange with life itself. So flowing river in career pretty much reminded me of the page of coach, because you must be grounded or so secure within yourself to where you're not really emotionally swayed by the occurrences that assert itself in life. I think when you get to this maturity in life, your response about who you are is so absolute, so authentic, that it's a vibration that grounds you to an understanding through all circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I just was led to share that with you, because I learned that martial arts is not just something to weaponize yourself with, but it also is a culture. It's a way of life. And you know, a lot of people get in it to weaponize themselves, but here we got conflict, arguments, fighting, competition, and struggle, right? With the 5 of Wands, right? It's going to be difficult being able to trust the process for real. And that's where the wounded in battle comes in at, where you're really toiling and battling with yourself. And in doing so, this plays a major toll for real on your mental and spiritual and also physical stability. But being able to progress forward in a healthy manner about who you are and what you're about. When you get to that immovable state where you could align gratitude. When you can align gratitude. Wow, I didn't know my film actually was but it's cool. Well, you can actually align gratitude or implement gratitude in all things. I think that is really our actual bridge and key to wisdom, for real. So, yeah, I think it's actually more of a self-battle than it is what you're struggling with actual things in life. But if it is something that pertains to you wrestling, I get the struggle aspect of wrestling with occurrences that take place in life, situations that you may find yourself in. Take your time and allow yourself to embody what I would call the emotion of God, because everything is the emotion of God. Everything that is and isn't is the emotion of God. And when you can operate outside of the duality of good and bad and right and wrong, when you're not so critical minded upon yourself and others and things, I think that when you can embody the emotion as a whole and really extract the language or the gestures being expressed through the happening in your life, you can better respond in a more sufficient or efficient way. So I suggest that you implement gratitude or try to learn how to do that. In life, you'll be the dictator of your house then. You'll actually have your house in order, such as your mind. Where you won't live or be binded by the domestications of how you were programmed to feel when things happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. Well, let's keep going to close this out here, man. We got Eight of Wands, where it says moving quickly in progress. So I think that things will pretty much what we got here, the new beginning of acceleration. I think for the time of change, I think that when I spoke about the number 13 in acceleration, this was already just letting me know from the Eight of Wands that things accelerate 20 times faster when you can operate in that volume of authenticity, when you can actually embody or take on that new perspective or truth through this message, through the synchronistic message. I think that this will help or better aid you operate in you actually gaining the fortitude to actually progress in life or progress forward in life. There's going to always be the happening in life, but you must always stand on an understanding of knowing that you are one and that it must happen too, right? So without an experiencer, there was no experience. You know what I'm saying? So for anything to be, there must be to whom something belongs. So there must always be the witness that imparts reality on the occurrence. So I think that just through your ever endeavor, try to stay anchored in having an understanding through it all in gratitude, having the understanding that, or the knowing, or the certainty of knowing that the intent behind existence is not to damn you, and that you can actually surpass whatever difficult obstacle that you may be facing, or you may have a hard time reconstructing your perspective on. That's pretty much what I got out of it. And this goes in everyday life, for real. So this is just a timeless read, for real. But I call these actual synchronistic messages because synchronicity is what tarot is. It's used in everyday life. It's not something that people misunderstand as alchemy in the sense of sorcery. And yeah, you have to understand the aspect of sorcery or alchemy to understand what the transmutation of energy is. And it's used in everything that we do. Even our verbal expression is a form of what you would call sorcery or alchemy. It is all in a sense of spell work. And there's always a good and bad way to utilize anything, or a healthy way or an unhealthy way of utilizing anything. So just keep in mind that in life, these things must transpire. These things must take place. We must utilize these tools in an appropriate way. And I think that humanity has not been really educated in utilizing things in an appropriate or healthy way. In I think the duality in the diagrams or the constructs of religion has made a lot of these things difficult, and it has domesticated the absolute information of how we come. The information of life and how we come in exchange with what we are, who we are, and this is something that we should consider. So this is what I use in order to get a better or more articulate expression from the Most High source, the divine, God. I think that synchronicity is used even in religion when you say confirmation. Confirmation is something that is used in religion when you receive confirmation in a lot of things, but that is synchronicity. People misunderstand or misinterpret what synchronicity is, what alchemy is, and this is another form of that. You may be going through a tough time, and you may open up the Bible to Psalms or Proverbs, and it may be speaking exactly on what you're going through, and maybe give you the right advice on what you're going through. It's no different from opening the pages of the Bible and getting your, and I would say wise, or getting some form of providence or insight through just the scriptures alone. And I think that living the gospel is really the walk in life. I think everything is the word of God. I think all things are, everything that exists and doesn't exist is the word of God, is the move of God, the emotion of God. You see what I'm saying? So these things are misinterpreted and misunderstood for real. So I'm just here to give a better or more, I would say, grounded understanding on what tarot is, and you don't necessarily need the cards or tarot to get information or some type of synchronistic message from the divine. This is the way the spirit guides us to new brinks of understanding or talents or creations. This is what helps us accelerate in consciousness, and that's something that people need to keep in mind when interacting with just life itself, and that's receptivity. So until next time, man, please like, share, and subscribe, man. Please like, share, and subscribe. I did appreciate you. If you made it to the end of this read, I do appreciate you. Please leave in the comments if it resonated or not. And I'll see you again next time. God's will.